Hello, hello. Hey, what's up, everyone? Ali is back here, and we are at my stream at season 3, episode 7. And let me remind you, as usual, at the beginning, what we are doing here is this is the third season of my streams. This season, I'm focusing on trading strategy of options, and especially the strategy that's called wheel, which involves this cycle that you can see on the screen, like you short call, then you idle cash, then you short pull, then you're holding ETH, and so on and so on. So this is the state machine we are going through, and we are at episode 7. We've done many things, but not trading yet, and probably we won't be doing that today as well. Not probably, 100%. We still have things to do before we get to that. Today, I did not sleep well as usual. Fucking AI keeps me up all night, and those. As usual, I might be yawning and having issues with, concentration and stuff. But I just got one drink of coffee with Scream. I hope this will pump me for the next 2 hours, and it will be enough for me to not do that much. Also, I opened the window, so there is a fresh air right now, and this might help me as well. Luckily, today in Prague, the weather is perfect for this kind of activity. So let's quickly go through the what we've done in the last episode, if I will be able to remember that. So we went through all the metrics, we understood how they works. I remember we added tooltips even here. So now everything makes sense when you read through it again. Of course, now I'm gonna have to remember all that again, but I think we'll do this well. And we also implemented a couple of improvements from our to-do list that we have here, and we have them all marked. And what we've done so far is this and this, and partially this, phase 2. So phase 0 was about the analytics foundation. So basically we prepared our simulator to actually generate like close to real simulations of Ethereum chart, which like, let's take a look. I'll show you again. Like, let's generate one year chart, and you can see like it looks very, very similar to how a real market looks like. So that's why how we are simulating our strategy on different random but deterministic behaviors, so we can get back to it and test our strategy again and again, so we have like a seed for the randomness. And yeah, so this is what we've done here in the phase 0. Then in phase 1 we created better so it was also okay. First one, phase 0, was not about the chart. The second, phase 1, was about the chart. First 0 was about the environment we are running in. So we added additional metrics here for the Monte Carlo testing strategy. We added the Sharp and Sortino, and the alpha here, which compares the holdings and versus the wheel strategy. So buy and hold versus the strategy itself. GMGG, nice to see you back here live. Yeah, and we implemented those metrics. So we implemented the more realistic chart, and also what we've done here at the beginning of the phase 2, especially in the last episode, is already a couple of improvements for the strategy, but we have not saw their huge impact yet. We need to still like to get familiar with them and make different testings. So what we've done is 2.2 and 4.1, where 2.2 is a minimum strike at a cost basis. Oh, this was very, very good. As you can see, we are drastically reducing the amount of contracts we're trading here because we were not able to sell the calls at the strike price higher than the assigned puts. So basically, we have now this new rule that tells us that Yeah, I need to check where is it coming from, but it should be like this: the skip the low premium rule and also hold this one, which also does nothing. Like skip does nothing and hold does nothing. Two signals. And yeah, so basically it just skips the selling of the ease here. So we are holding selling of the shorting the calls basically here, selling the call contracts. You can see here, like when we are holding ease, we can sell call and get to this condition, or we can just skip. So while we are skipping, this is basically why this is happening. This is what we've done here in 2.2. And 4.1 is an additional signal that we added, which is called IV RV spread. It only started to make sense, and it only actually makes sense when we turn here the price model, because with the GBM pricing simulation model that we had at the beginning, it actually was generating a static or like fixed based on this IV premium over RV. So it was basically just we had this realized volatility of 80 and this IV premium of 15% on top of that. So the spread between two values was exactly 15% because we defined it here. And now if you switch these simulations, then the charts become more realistic, first of all, and the second of all is that our we have additional signal because our implied volatility and realized volatility are not static and fixed anymore, and this is why we are able to use that signal to for like some decision making, and this is important, um, I guess. How do we use it? Let's ask Claude. So last session we implemented. I'm gonna be missing the keyboard keys today. Sorry. I was playing with OpenClaw last night, the whole night. So it's like started at 7 p.m. and ended at 7 a.m., guys. And it was after one day of work. So yeah, crazy stuff. Um, last session we implemented 4.1 from improvement, but now I don't remember how it affects the reading process. Find it. Yeah, I really don't remember. So let's just ask AI. It's there to help. And I actually already burned all my additional tokens on Claude, so now I'm gonna be more careful. I'm not gonna try to spend all of them. I don't have the much of them anymore. But I'm burning tokens more and more on a daily basis. This is crazy. I have like different subscriptions now already. I added a new one yesterday with Minimax. Just has a huge amount of tokens with a good model for $10 per month, which is pretty cool. All right, so we got the answer here, and here is the how IVRV spread works in the trading process. The core idea is the scale aggressiveness based on how rich implied volatility is. Okay, we have a new. Let me remember. Yeah. This is what our IVRV scaling. We have the option here to turn it on. We also have the option here to turn on the minimum strike at cost basis. Of course, we do all this. Um, wow, it actually, look at this, win rate is drastically decreasing with the option on. Interesting. Well, we'll see. Um, yeah, let's now review all the context, and then we'll get to discussion back to this. And this IV-RV spread scaling is turning on and off here. There is a RV look back, which basically I think automatically generates the volatility based on the chart. Yeah. And the minimum delta multiplier, maximum delta multiplier. So basically we are deciding what delta is gonna be chosen for the trade. I think upwards, right? So let's check this out. Computation. So multiplier is a clamp of IV realized volatility ratio and minimum multiplier and maximum multiplier. IV comes from market IV or implied volatility. Realized volatility is a 20-day rolling window of annualized log returns. Default clamp like this. Applied to both put selling and call selling. It scales the target delta before strike selection. Effective delta is target delta multiplied. Oh, okay, makes sense. Okay, so you can see if the IV-RV ratio is huge, then the multiplier is bigger and we have bigger delta, which means we are trading more aggressively. Try closer to spot, more premium. Then if it's fair, then we are trading neutral, the same as we decided before. And if it's low, then the strike is for we're trading with a lower delta, with the strike further out of the money and less premium, so like less aggressively. So when the IV is expensive relative to the realized risk, you sell more aggressively closer to the money. When IV is cheap, you back off. The mechanism is strike selection, not position size or premium threshold. Okay, now it's all good, all clear. So let's get back to our to-do list and see what we want and can do today. So what we want to do is implement improvements, finish them, right? And we only have one left, I think this one, 2.1, and then the risk management, but probably we won't be implementing them, we'll see. Or maybe we will. We still need that anyway, like, so maybe it makes sense for the full simulation. And once all improvements are implemented, let's do more round of simulations and manually check everything, every trade that made sense, had proper signal decision, and so on. Yeah, we also definitely need to do rollbacks, roll downs, probably roll up, roll out. Yeah, maybe this will be part of it, because like as I told you, at the same time when I started the season, I started trading manually the options, and actually it does not go. It actually does not go bad. It's actually pretty good. I'm managing to earn something, and I just was in the situation when for the 2 days I got sold the put option with a strike price of 2000, and you know it's below 2000 now. So what I did yesterday, I actually rolled it from this Friday to the next Friday, and I even got additional premium on top of that. So this is probably what we're gonna be doing now in the strategy roll up and out. Up is gonna be for calls, and out is gonna be for puts. I guess this is my guess. So let's see what our AI will decide for us. We are at Sanet here. Let's do Sanet. They enforce it well a lot. Called recommended high effort. Yeah, so it's gonna be Sanet with high effort default. I'm okay with that. Let's get to the other stuff. When strategy is perfect, backtesting on real prices. Okay, we'll get to that. When the backtesting on real prices, try different starts. Yes. It's gonna be new UI. Maybe maybe to be, yeah. Okay, I guess we'll figure it out by the time. Okay, so I think let's start implementing right away. Why not? Let me take a look at some notes. Maybe I left some notes for myself. Nothing. Okay, let's go then. let's go to the plan mode. Let's finish phase 2 from improvement. So it's not figuring out how to. I decided to restructure a little bit how I have my subscriptions. So I'm gonna keep paying for the cloud code, $20. We'll see how much is enough for me, and then I'm gonna keep paying for the Copilot for $10 as well, and Minimax for $10 as well, and the Codex, of course, for $20. So it's like $60 in total. Should give me a huge bump. The only thing I don't like is like, but probably it's nothing. Like, you know, these American corporates, they are at least somehow obliged to comply with the data privacy, and you're kind of like less trusting the Chinese companies to comply with those. But I think in reality, like, they all just fucking steal everything. You know, the Claude, the Anthropic, like sub allegedly just train their whole models on a stolen data. So probably I just should stop paranoing about this and accept this. You know, that all my data is public knowledge. It will be easier to live. My OpenAI subscription has only 5% left until the next and the end of the next week. So I just burned it in 2 days or in 1 day. The whole weekly usage limit. Okay, so what's up here? Still thinking. Got some data here already, so probably already close to be done. Next steps, when we are gonna be looking at the charts back, probably will be cool to add some additional tooltips here. Like, for example, for all the actions here, we could just, you know, show the arguments of the signals to understand like what's happened and so on. Maybe add to scaling to chart, since we're looking at 1 years here as well. But yeah, we'll see. Like, of course, I'm not going to be adding anything that's not needed up front, so we're going to see all that in action. Come on. Reading something else as well. Gotta have the tests as well. Most important part for us right now to have a regression testing really smart thing I wrote on the X, which I totally agree with. That's our whole um, paradigm of development changes drastically now, and we are gonna be doing like the specific, like we discussed this couple of, like on the first season, I think, specific driven development, specification driven development. But I think it's gonna be more like, yeah, specification and test driven development, mix of it, and they call it like the formal verification, which basically makes sense because you just define the mathematical boundaries, I guess, or like constraints of your logic, and then yeah, it doesn't matter whatever it is under the hood. You can always verify it with the high level boundaries. So looks like this is where we are going and where we're headed, especially if we're gonna start getting rid of the programming languages as they are right now, because like this is a very, like, it used to be talked about a lot, and now it's talking about more and more. Still don't see it, but I think, yeah, if we, like, I don't see it in the current execution environments, but if we create new execution environments where everything works on constraints, or like we use such execution environments, I'm sure there are some like this already, then yeah, uh, then yes, we will be living in the formal verification world, I think. Now I'm just getting to it with my experience, with my steps with AI, learning more and more every day. Like learning how to walk for the first time. No, but with the exception that there is no one to teach you. No one knows how to walk now. Walk in the AI world. So no one can help you, like, and you can't help anyone. Like this is, like I'm tuning my AI agent, AI assistant for days now, and like I tried to create one for my relatives and friends, and I did, but I cannot tune it for them. Like it's impossible. So unless they change their own paradigm of thinking, working with the systems in this Web 4.0, there is no one in there to help them. Maybe like there are a lot of people who is working on that, of course, but right now in the current states, it's impossible. I hope there are gonna be cool wizards that will be able to tune and make it probably more deterministic or predictable. I don't know. Or maybe that's the beauty of it. Okay, so it's thinking for 8 minutes already. What the fuck? Okay, finally. Holy. So the phase 2 of implement has one remaining item roll up and out. Currently, when a short call goes in the money before expiry, the simulation does nothing until expiry day, then assigns the ETH. The goal is to simulate rolling mid-cycle, buy back the in the money call, and sell a new call at a higher strike. Plus fresh day to expiry, avoiding forced assignment, and capturing more upside. A roll signal type already exists in the types.ts, and executor TS handles it with the return. This plan completes this tab. Critical insight is decision point blocks mid-cycle evaluation. Okay. This decision point returns false when open option is set and it's not expiry day. So rules never run mid-cycle. To enable rolling, simulate.ts must also enter the decision block when the roll threshold is crossed. Okay, so the point is that you can see here, we are now making decisions. Okay, let me make it smaller so I can explain it to you easier. So you can see here we now make decisions whenever the cycle ends. Like we have the cycle set up here, which is like 7 days. And this is what we do. So now it wants to break the concept of cycles, because what it wants to do, like for example here, instead of getting assigned, it could have just purchased back the option that it holds, and sell another option at a higher price, strike price. So basically effectively rolling it up, and probably the same as puts, we'll see now. So but what could have happened is we couldn't have like we shouldn't have waited here. We should have done this up here already, you know, because we are over the like way in the money. And yeah, so we could have sold it here mid cycle. That's what this task is basically about. Okay, so let's go back and continue. So files to modify, okay. Step-by-step implementation, types, roll call. Yeah, okay, so we are implementing only rolling the calls now. But yeah, we can discuss on the puts later as well. I think it totally makes sense. But it's also a very interesting topic. Let me write it down here. We don't forget about it. Should we roll for puts? How we detect what to do? Assign and hold versus assign versus roll down. This important part. There's gonna be a new rule. Yeah, that's why. If you remember, when I set it to 1 year here, and I was disabling the it, mean strike at cost, we were having more win rates. I think it will come back now, because now we were gonna be still selling those, not skipping, but with a higher, like with a rolling potential, basically with a higher strike price. We will see now with the simulation where it will lead us. Actually, I have never done simulation on the rolling, so I don't know how it's gonna look like. It's really, really interesting. So the executor should execute the roll command. Then the state should handle the option roll state to update. Enable mid-cycle roll checks. The existing expiration should remain intact. Add UI controls, okay, makes sense. Tests, of course. Okay, all good, all good. Let's go. Let's go. We were waiting for 8 minutes for the plan of this. Let's see this implemented finally and affecting our PNL. So what will be left for us is the max drop down stop loss, um, and the portfolio delta management. Like max drop down is more or less clear. The portfolio management, delta management, not yet. So we are gonna have to discuss this with the AI and think why we need this. But we are very close to actually start trading. I'm excited. I'm excited to use this dashboard live, to use it live on not only on simulations where I want to separate it, but also use it on real trading and like as a dashboard basically for the trading history. Would be really really cool, and maybe this will give us insights mid trading, like like a real time dashboard saying yeah you need to do this right now, like, or it goes this way sideways. Like looking at it in the real life will be much more interesting than here in the simulation. And also yeah, it could just show the history as well, like so should be could be a browser for your trading history. Okay, since it prepared already, the coding much faster now. Oh my god, was I saying all that without any voice? Um, GG, since you are following, can you please tell me what was the last thing? Like, have you heard anything that I said to the comments of Film France? Yeah, okay. I don't know how this happened. Probably I touched my mute button accidentally. So just will repeat one more time. Thanks for the noticing. Um, Yeah, so basically, I at the end of the second season, I explained that further going deeper into the market making requires actually the statistic model, which is not like a rocket science, but still not something easy and fun for me. So I decided to continue on this. I'm gonna probably get back to that. Like as I said here, in options, we can still build a statistic model here. It's gonna be much more interesting, much easier to test and verify assumptions and so on, um, and then yeah, and then we'll see. Maybe I'll go back to the statistical models there. The markets are gonna be much less inefficient, of course, back then because there is more and more players going back there. But yeah, I don't know. Like I'm not seeing myself like building a statistic model on Trump's uh, performances. Right now I have much more interesting things to do. So yeah, thank you for the tip, though. I will definitely take a look at this McKinney's Roboref. I don't know what is this about at all. I'm curious. Thanks for the tip, but yeah, I'm gonna stick to what's making me fun, what's also entertaining here live. Otherwise, I'm just gonna dig under myself and probably not gonna come back to the streams. And actually, yeah, I did not tell you guys. Sorry. On Wednesday, I felt really sick. I just dropped off the stream like immediately. I couldn't even start it, and I'm still feeling a little bit sick. So yeah, I promise you to go live on Wednesday, but life is life. So I'm here today. Okay, so we are having much slower coding sessions today. I don't know, is it about the the models or what? But yeah, like it's done now. Let's take a look. Plenty of files. Okay, so implementation complete. Here's the summary of all the changes. Um, William France is writing. Eh, it will let another LLM review the Git status of Cloud Code. It's amazing. Okay, cool stuff though. Okay, so you're talking about some kind of endless loops that just coding stuff until it's done. So that's what you're talking about. I thought this is kind of some kind of technique for the pricing of the um, probability events and so on. But if you're talking about the technique of coding, endless sessions, yeah. I haven't tried these loops yet, actually. Like I saw the Ralph loop and so on, but I'm getting um, kind of. I don't want to like to rush and try everything. I'm just like I'm already rushing a lot. Like I don't sleep one night of 2 nights every 2 nights. One night I don't sleep, just because there is so much stuff happening. I just want to learn it all, try it all, and so on. But yeah, like I started with I started my rush times and rush life with Crypta, and it was the same there. And at some point, I decided, okay, it's not possible to keep up with everything. So yeah, I'm gonna take a rain check on these loops. I think for now, um, but probably I'm gonna come back to those because all of them are like a community build so far. Nothing that's get like implemented immediately in the main core code base of the agents, which is interesting. Like probably they also don't see it being in the final state, and they wait for it to evolve into something more useful, which is what I'm doing as well. Okay, so let's go back to implementation because we are talking a lot in this video because our agent is very slow. Let's take a look at what happened here. We have a new item in UI which is like toggle um, for the rolls. So let's see here. Okay, interesting. So you remember this rate? When we turned it on, we mean strike price at a cost basis. When we turned it on, we have our win rate decreased. Okay, so something. Okay, let's ask it. Explain how it works and how we test it. Okay, so this so far took 26% of my 5-hour session limit on Claude, just so you know. Okay, so how to roll up and out works. The problem it solves in the standard wheel, when ETH rallies past your short call strike mid-cycle, you just sit and wait for expiry, then get assigned. Is sold at the strike, missing further upside. Roll up and out avoids forced assignment by replacing the in the money call with a fresh out of the money one at a higher strike. The mechanics are the following: trigger condition. If the spot price is more or equal than um, strike plus in the money threshold percent, which is our new this one, our new value. So okay, so if the spot is already bigger than some threshold and strike, so we can make this threshold positive or negative. If it's 5%, then like imagine we have strike price 100, and then only on 105 it will be triggered. On any day this is true and there is an open short call. The simulation enters the decision block even though it's not expiry day. Rule evaluation is the following. We have the roll call rule. The roll call rule calculates buybacks cost of the existing call at the current market, Black and Scholes price and ask spread. Then finds a new strike at the same delta target, clamped to the row strike cost basis and spot. Never sells below the current market basically. And calculates the new premium at the bid. Computes net credit, so basically the how much the cost of the roll is. So the net premium minus roll cost multiplies contracts minus fees. And if requires net credit is true, then net credit is less than 0, then returns null, no roll. Otherwise emits a roll signal. Okay. So requires net credits means that our roll must be either break even or positive for us. So like let's take a look at Deribit. I'll tell you exactly what does it mean. So imagine, take a look at 27th of February, next week's Friday. So basically, imagine you purchased this call, or this one, for example, at 100, and now it costs, or you sold it at 100, right? So you got 100. Then it now went down. I mean, the price of Ethereum went down, so it became more expensive, and it costs 240 now, or 250 even to purchase, right? So which is like leaving you at minus 150. So if you roll, for example, on this one, then the net is gonna be like, if you roll here, what does it mean? It means you need to pay 150, right? Minus 150, and then you are gonna get like what they're paying here, 110, right? So if they are gonna get 110, then you are still minus 40 basis points, of course. I'm talking about them, and this means that we are net. We are mm, we are less than or equals to 0. So this one, it won't be rolling in here, but it could be actually rolling in here, because here is 165, which is like a higher value, and we are actually even getting more money when we are rolled. Like we have also 15 basis points left, additional 15 basis points left on our account, which is a good thing. We are not only rolling, we're also like making more money on top of that. Like this is how I see it for now, at least. And that's why it makes sense to only roll if we make money or not lose it, at least. Otherwise, we can just stay and skip as we did before. And as you can see, it's also done here. Yeah, interesting. So if it doesn't require net credit, you can see the win rate goes down. If it does, then it goes up. The APR goes up. Everything goes up. Because we just don't lose money. This is important. And I don't know actually why rolling doesn't make much of an impact here, but we will see. We'll compare as a next step in our plan. Comparing everything. Okay, so what else here? So execution emits the single option roll event carrying both legs economics. Okay, so I don't know if we should update our should we update docs visualization state machine? Probably we should. Sure. The state update is here. That the realized PNL is the regional premium minus roll cost minus fees. Makes sense. Total premium collected. Okay, so there is an instruction here how to test it. Let's refresh the simulator. Then, okay, does it code something? Okay, so there is a new state change. Short call basically must. You are still short call, so it's wrong here. Okay. Maybe it's correct here. Yes, you can see the roll is basically doing the same. In the simulator visualization, all good, but can you move and put it to the right and also roll self arrow, I call it, a bit to the right. Same. You can see how beautifully we are increasing our code base with just additional ifs, not needed to implement many different things. Only this one is a simulator basically, so okay, simulates the real world. So let's follow the guide here again. So we set in the money threshold to 5%. We require net credit to roll. 5%. We require net credit to roll. Then I guess we need to enable this rolling in general. Not visible here. Probably let's put it a half a year. So no changes. Interesting. Okay, it said us. I forgot about this one. Set the annual drift to 50% or higher. Bullish trend forces calls in the money. And set days to 60 or 90. Okay, let's set it to 90. And let's set the drift to 50. So the market goes up. Okay, no impact still. We don't have any roll signals here. Also missing on the chart. Is also missing on the chart. Legend. Yeah, the model is stupid. Should use Opus. Happens to me one more. Okay. Let's try and find something with the signal for rolling. Okay, what if we disable this? Start rolling all the time. Something is not working, I think. Okay, something's wrong here. Yeah, I don't like this shit. Let's move to the better model. Um, okay, so it was moving the wrong. Gonna manually move it better. Okay, now it looks much better. So I need to also move the arrow here. Um, okay, so these both should move the same value, I think. Let's make it minus 50 minus 80 minus 50. Oh, 80 minus. Oh, nice. Too much. 40, 70. Okay, now it's cool. Some manual coding required sometimes, guys. Okay, let's ask it. I went through couple of simulations and haven't noticed the role. No. Can you write a test and review code and make sure it's there? So it immediately found the problem, the better model. And the issue is more likely the priorities of the rules. Now we are talking. I didn't think that rolling will take us 1 hour. It's still not finished. But yeah, that's crucial actually. Okay, so we just did another test and said everything should be fine. Let's check this out. Let's put 1 year. Let's put a drift to 50%. And let's disable this and enable this. We need to find test. Oh, here you have the rolls. Okay, so it's on the 3, and we actually need only 80 days for it. What's this? Well, it's not here anymore. Okay, or immediately. Okay, it's here actually. Let's take a look. Okay, so let's take a look what happened here. Okay, let me test it one time. This. So it's require it and so let's find another chart. Hmm. Almost never happening when you require a positive. Uh, okay, first questions. First, why are we rolling up within the same? Oh, in the same date expiry. Why when I turn to on, I can't find it. Can't find any rules. So yes, rolling within the same date date to expiry when the roll fires. So say day 10 of 7-day cycle. All sold day 7 expires day 14. So the new calls get expiry date. So the roll extends the expiry. That's the out part of it. What? It somehow contradicts its own statement first. Okay, let's read the second one. So require net credit blocks virtually all roles. This is a real problem with the current implementation. Here is why. When rolling a call that's 5% in the money, you are buying back a call with a minimum 5% of intrinsic value for minus strike. For ease, that's 125 plus just in intrinsic. Plus time value plus ask side spread. The new out of the money call premium at a higher strike is far less typically. Math makes a net credit nearly impossible for short dated high volatility options. It's fundamentally a mismatch. You are paying intrinsic plus time value to close, but collecting only time value on the new leg. This is actually a known issue in the real options trading. Rolling for a credit usually requires going out much further in time to collect enough time value, or the threshold needs to be very small. We are barely in the money when rolling. Okay, let's try smaller threshold just to see. 0. Check charts. Okay, we see the rolls now. Okay, so let's remember this is 8, 80, 50, 0. Okay, can we save this? Great to have. Add the save load button for params. Okay. So let's take a look here. We have like a first, it's okay, so it's almost the same. Here first we have the command to sell put at delta 30 strike price. Here, known particular strike price. Then we hold it on the day 7. We expire and we sell another put. The price a little bit increased, so we sold the put at a higher price here. Then we wait another 7 days, and we are out of the money again. So we are at the higher price and we have a higher strike again. Then we sell another put, and here we hold. Then at the day 21, we are expiring. Put assigned. I don't see the put assigned here. Okay, so we have this. Check please if hold can transition from both and is it correct? Depends. I'm just trying a little bit here to work on the UI, how the events are here represented. Okay, you can see now it's clearer. Can you do the same with the reason? No, now it's wider scrollable table. I to show things in the reason cell as a list. Okay, now it's almost good. So let's take a look back. We have one, two. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3. 3 times we sold. Then on the 25th, 21st day, what happened is actually 3 events. So option expired, premium collected because we purchased a new one. Oh, we sold a new one at a higher price that we were assigned, which is cool. And we purchased Ethereum. So then we sold the call immediately. This should be premium collected. Isn't premium collected immediately? Why event premium collected on the expiry? Isn't it on the purchase? Just ask for now. So we are basically, what we're doing now is just these steps that we decided to do anyway. Okay, let's put it to the list for now. Change if selling option signal must turn event for collecting instead of fiery signal. Okay. So you see here we sold it at strike 200, 515. Then another one was higher. That's why we could have done this. We purchased it here at this price and then went up after 6 days. On 6 day, the spot was higher than the strike price. So we rolled. Net credit 1722. Is it added here? Not added here, so it's not implemented correctly. Okay, I would like to change this now. Let's change this now. First, write tests so they fail, then we will implement. I think it's important to do it now instead of just going and implementing next task. Um, okay, so the test was just failed. Add it here. Are there tests for PNL? If no, add. Because when we sell, we have realized self. Okay, so now prepared tests that are failing. Now it will fix the implementation so the tests are green again. Okay, it's compacting. Come on. Okay, so now all the tests are passing. We fix that quickly. So now when we sell put, we have option sold and premium collected immediately. And you can see we are at the positive PNL, realized PNL already when we sold. So this is makes sense. Not visually see here what's happening with the fees. Let's ask it. What's the reason in signal log? Looks like metadata to me. Just explain. So it was 1, 2. Oh, it's the PNL. So we took the fee here. Now it's clear. Minus fee, minus fee. Then what happened? We are still holding at day 6, right? Oh, okay. No, day 6, it's cycle 6. Day 21. We are assigned. And then the adaptive call rule. Called another one. And we became immediately under the water. Help me. And yeah, because we purchased at a lower price, we were immediately under the water, but the next day it went up immediately. So our unrealized P&L became positive. Then it went down again, and then it went up again. At some point during holding this asset, we decided to roll. Because spot price was more than strike, so we decided to roll. And this is the wrong part because it does not increase our P&L. Let's okay. Um okay, here is the log. Looks like P&L must be changed on roll. Do you agree? First, yes. Okay, so it found the problem. It agreed with me that this is a problem and we need to fix this. It says that it's because we changed the way we collect premiums now. So let's try and test it and see if it's bullshit or not. Okay, so now all fixed. 8050 0 enabled. 50 enabled 0. Then I lost it. Like you can check here. Oh no. Still haven't found a single assignment. No single role, I mean. Okay. So we want more days. Let's do 90, for example. Then let's do a drifting percent. Oh, 80 should be okay. Maybe and model here. Roll up. Here 0. Mm, how to set up params sketch roles with this one on. Okay, I'm tired. I just asked final set. We are getting closer to the end of our session because I have no more tokens. My physical boundary that I put myself. Okay, so bid ask spread lower to 1. Okay. Then cycle length increase to 30 days. The whole year. IV premium to 0. In the money threshold, the minimum. Pull up on. Annual volatility to 40. Let's see. Wow, it's beautiful. This one is interesting as well. So many signals in there. I wonder why it didn't do anything. Okay, let's take a look at those. Just want to make sure that we have an event of payment here. Okay, so it's still wrong, I think. Because here we rolled, we have a net credit, but it did not increase our P&L. Okay, now we're talking. So we started immediately here with the plus surplus of $80, and on the day 30, it expired, and we purchased ETH. And we changed the state. And then here we already sold at a higher price, which is cool. We increased our P&L again. And then on a day 60, we sold another call. Also at a higher price than we acquired the East for. The question is, shouldn't we have sold the East there? But this is like for the next time already. It's the improvement of the strategy, like position management. Probably this is gonna be the delta management that we have there. Not sure yet. So we sold it like probably at a higher price here. Then we come here and we did not wait until the end of the 90 days period because the price increased at the day 89 actually, and it went over the strike price. So that's why we rolled it with a net credit, and we got additional. We got additional premium basically on top of that. But we don't show the increased okay, when rolled graph or chart doesn't show new options strike blue dotted line. Why? Tell me it's gonna be enough to answer my questions. Otherwise, I'm just gonna finish it with the Copilot here. I actually haven't used as well, so I downgraded it this month. Okay, so now we see these overlaps as well. This is actually looks cool. It was not intended to be like this, but it looks cool. It shows that how big overlaps are. So here we sold another one. Like we rolled from this line to this line. You know, you see the increase of strike prices here from this to this, and then it went down. So what we did is we just purchased another one, which then was crossed again and rolled up, and it went down, and it was again rolled up, rolled up. So at this point we are actually holding ETH, and you can see like here we had a small unrealized PNL, then it went down because it dropped below our purchase price, but then it went up and more and more and more. So there is probably somewhere here we should stop, like liquidate our position, you know, and start selling puts, but at a new level, you know, because here we don't have to hold it anymore actually. Like, yeah, but then we realize that here we sell it at a very high price and we drastically increase our P&L. So you see this over here. Yeah, pretty cool. All works now. It looks like everything works to me. Okay, update. With what we finished. And here. So we have tests, we have everything all covered, all works. I like it a lot. I'm gonna have to finish it for today, but we are on a really great progress right now. I'm happy for it. So excited about Monday to get back to it and continue working and analyzing more and more stuff. You see, we today found many new cool stuff. So the improvements was updated here. We have only last phase left. Let me publish this, guys. Okay. Any docs need an update too? Let's check this first before we publish completely. Okay, so a couple of more changes here. And now we are good to go. Okay, so the code base is published. Feel free to launch it yourself and play around with it. We are gonna implement the rest on Monday, the rest of the improvements that are left there, and then we will go according to our plan. We will take a look at everything again. We will calculate many charts like this carefully, one by one, and so yeah, so we have the two more improvements left. Then we will probably implement something like a rolling for puts. So here we found the perfect example for rolls on calls, but we also can do puts. I think we will see how much this increases our strategy, and yeah, and I think that's it. So thank you so much for joining today. Again, as usual, everyone who joined. Thanks. See you next Monday, 3 p.m. If I'm not gonna get sick or anything, I'm gonna go live for sure this time. And of course, as usual, subscribe to whatever you can. I have everything, and especially Telegram channel, because it's the only thing I'm actively posting at. But I'm only posting about the start of the session. So whenever, if you want to know when I start streaming, go there. Don't forget to put likes on videos. This helps me a lot as well. And thank you so much for being here as usual. It was really fun. I enjoyed it a lot, and I hope you did as well. And have a nice weekend, and see you next week. Bye bye.